All right. I wonder if you can hear me. And I actually should have put on my microphone because I am in noise. So if you cannot hear me, you must just let me know. I know that we're quite vocal in this house. And in this house, we like vocal people. And in this house, we like differing opinions, so that we can all learn from each other. You know, we only know the things that we know. So please do let me know if you can hear me and my audio is okay and you can deal with this, because this is quite an important conversation, family meeting we have to have. We have been thrown into crisis as a nation. So let me know. Gosh, hey, the witches are out for me. So let me know if my volume is cool and you can hear me. Let's have a conversation. I mean, the political situation in the country is quite interesting because the politicians are doing their own thing, and then there's people on the ground, and it seems as if us, the people on the ground, are going to have to be the responsible ones because our leaders are not as responsible as we'd like them to be. So, I mean, we've been going as a black nation because an attack on one is an attack on everybody. Um, and this is so, it's personal, you know. So, I mean, I'm very torn. Um, I know that uh, everybody and life, I know that everybody's good and evil, right? And we all have a choice on which parts of ourselves we put forward. And I think that I've said this before. I think that Julius Malema did himself a disservice by surrounding himself with yes men and yes women, because it never taught him how to behave. It never taught him accountability. It never taught him humility. It never taught him not to be a bully, you know. If he'd had men and women strong enough to stand up to him in the past, I don't think that we would be here. First of all, it is a criminal offense to set off a gun, especially in a public platform, in a public space, because anyone could have gotten hurt, anyone could have gotten killed. So we don't go around wielding guns and stuff, right? It's true, it's a criminal offense. Um, it's just that the danger with the criminal justice system in South Africa is that it in itself is not trustworthy. And if Julius could lie blatantly like that in court about a fake gun, it actually speaks to a culture that's happening in the criminal justice system of people who lie and get away with lies and get court orders based on lies. So for me, I thought that was quite glaring. Um, and it just made it obvious that this justice system of ours isn't really about justice or the truth. You know, if someone can lie so easily and brazenly, it means that people in there are lying and there are court orders going out because of people who have lied about their cases, about other people. So I think that our biggest problem is that because we have a compromised justice system, then we are a compromised nation. So even with this Matlanga Commission, you know, the one thing that has been left out in this conversation has been the justice system. If the criminal system is corrupted, the best friend is the justice system. It's the law firms, it's the judges. So when are we going to have a commission on law firms and judges and investigations? Because actually, Houston, we have a problem. So, anyways, so yes, he was wrong. So now the reason I'm saying that the criminal justice system in South Africa is problematic because it's not honest. So it's led to a place where we ourselves as the people on the ground don't trust it anymore. So when a ruling like this, where a black man and a white man are caught together in a crooked place and only the black man gets into trouble, it's triggering for African people, because it's a reminder of how the system can be used to manage us. So I don't think you guys should be naive about how the system is used against black radical voices. I think you hopefully by this stage you are aware that platforms are given to people who are not who have an identity crisis essentially. So the white system prefers the African who has got an identity crisis and will prioritize abelung. So for us to have voices like Julius Malema is very important because we have been beaten to submission. So we need examples of free spirits and who are willing to stand up for themselves and for us. Um, Without the brave voices of people like Malema, yo, the system is just going to have its own way with us. So, so I was saying that this justice system can now be weaponized, and it's dangerous because it can be weaponized against our voices because we don't own the justice system. The justice system is owned by the Jews, guys. So, unless you're going to toe the line of the Jews, then you're actually quite fucked in this country. And if you're a black radical voice, it's even worse. They will create charges and cases in the same way that we all agree that Jacob Zuma went to jail, but we don't remember the trial that took him to jail, which means that the powers that be are just using the system now as they please. Like, it's folk. They don't really care that they're not following procedures. So it's clear to us that the justice system is used against African people. And it's clear to us, it's very blatant and brazen the way it's playing out. So that's why it would be easy for the masses to support Malema at this time. And I think that's the danger of the stalemate that the system puts us in. Um, Vianney just wants Malema to be charged. Let me put that on screen. I know you guys, you're just here for the spice, right? But the danger is that the justice system is being politicized and being used to handle us, guys. And if you remember, even used to have an Andile Mkitama who used to have a voice. But because of the same justice system that beat him to submission, he's now quiet. And I understand his silence because when you stand up for abantu abamnyama, you end up standing up alone, and then they keep quiet or they laugh at you in your downfall. I mean, when Andile was down and out, do you remember how you guys used to ridicule him, even though he was fighting your battles? So I'm seeing a repeat of that now because Julius, you guys said Julius is your leader, and you were behind him all the time, and you cheered him on, and it was you who cheered him on when he was bullying everybody, myself included. You cheered him on. So now you can't be throwing people under the bus, guys. You can't hail people to nail them in the end. I just think that is so fucked up. So I don't know what's happening with Abanda Bamnyama. I feel as if you are, because Julius has got this strong, powerful voice that he's used. And a lot of us are quite resentful that we can't use our own voices, correct? So a lot of people are resentful that they can't use their own voices and throw their power around like Julius has. So seeing Julius fall now is like making people excited, you know? Um, but are you sure? Because, like I said before, there's not many of us who know how to speak out, especially to the system. So if you are letting one of your very few voices that speak out go down, um, okay, I need to put on this comment on stage. When tyranny becomes law, disobedience becomes duty. Hey, do you see? That's what's deep about it. So we need we need a people that's committed to true justice, and that's not race based. And I know that white people always say that we're playing the race card, but the justice system is race based, and it is controlled by the white people. So for as long as we have a biased judiciary that plays political games, then the whole nation is compromised, really, guys. So, yeah, people tell lies under oath. I'm just putting on your message, your comments there. People tell lies under oath. It's wild. People definitely tell lies under oath. I'll tell you that for free. I'll tell you that for free. I know that very much. We've been robbed our land. Even those who came as savior robbed us too, which makes Malema the enemy of everybody. Okay, I actually want to unpack that. You know, I had to think about why am I defending Malema? Because then I had to think about everything that he's done. Then I had to think about even since way back in the youth league days, you know, with his engineering company when he's not even an engineer, and then he was just chowing public funds. Then I had to think about how he's used EFF to self enrich, actually. So there are difficult conversations to be had, especially by the Africans. What kind of leaders do we choose for ourselves? What is leadership? We've been having this conversation for so long, guys. I've been asking you what is leadership for years now, where I'm like, what kind of people are you choosing to be leaders? Is it just bullies? Is it, you know, not you guys nyatate. Zugile says black people of South Africa must put themselves first. Cases must be open against farmers to burn police and state property in Senegal. Hope your next video will be in front of Senegal police station. You guys have got so much spice, and you're always like pushing. But yeah, so what is the solution? Because it's sad to watch a powerful voice go down, and a voice that has used his voice for us. I mean, how many times have fighters fought our battles, guys? How many times have fighters gone to these businesses to go and fight our battles? I remember there was even one time when I saw some. I was in Soweto and I saw someone being evicted. Then I just phoned EFF. I phoned fighters everywhere, and they mobilized within 30 minutes. At that house, it was full of fighters, and the Red Ants had to leave because nobody was getting evicted. So things like that, you need to consider that the fighters have been fighting for us on the ground, and as much as we tease them and diss them and we sabatlega all the time, but they've actually been doing their hands-on work on the ground and protecting people. So when you, what's that thing about the shepherd and the sheep will scatter? So if you guys are taking down the shepherd, because really leadership is about someone who can amass all the people to work together, right? And that's what's been happening in EFF, and the fighters have been doing it right. I mean, even when you see their conferences and stuff, you can see that there's an order, there's a machine working there. So when you throw Julius under the bus, you must know that you're also fucking with the machine that's working for you. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what the right thing is. I know Julius has been a fucked up person, but I also know that this machine that he's got is it helps us. So I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. But I'm sad for the black nation. Um, when MK came, we just thought, okay, now at least we've got a fighting chance. But now MK is being killed, EFF is being killed, ANC is being killed. It's so deep, guys. So only DA is growing. So you yourselves are creating a situation where you're going back to white rule by yourselves. Mpho is saying, if you are neutral in a situation of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. Nazo. Nazo, thank you, Mpho. I think a lot of people needed to hear that. Our biggest problem is that we don't know how to use our voices collectively, and it's going to work against us. And as much as we agree that Julius is a bully and he's fucked up, but this EFF that he's built is something that can actually work for us. And if we're going to throw the baby out with the water, it's deep. I just think it's deep. I think it's deep to watch Africans celebrate with Europeans about taking down an African voice. And I think Africans need to self-reflect. At times like this, rather keep quiet. But when you are celebrating with the same people who oppressed you, something is not coming together, guys. There's a mental illness. There's a mental illness that's happening. So the same message keeps coming up that evil prevails when the good men are doing nothing. It's exactly like that. So I just want us to, I think, I want to ask, are you sure? Are you sure, guys? So Zoe is saying, in the bigger picture, I just can't celebrate this. Sorry, thank. It's not something worth celebrating. I mean, and we fucking hate Julius right now for putting us in this position where we know it's wrong. We know he was wrong. And now we are it looks like we're protecting criminality. But this is not a victory for Abantu Abamnyama, guys. It's not a victory for us. So, yeah, I just thought we should have that conversation because Africans, you're quickly losing the battle. You're the only ones on the battlefield that don't realize that you're in a battle. So, I don't think anyone hates Julius Malema, my love. I guess that's what we're talking about right now. Ubutu Julius fucked up. Julius messed up, and now he's put us in a dodgy situation where we've got to defend the indefensible. So we do need to acknowledge that, but at the same time, we have to acknowledge that that's one of our leaders. That's one of our radical black voices, and we don't have many radical black voices. We have lots of Uncle Toms. We have lots of Uncle Toms. And some of the Uncle Toms, the white people even throw them under the bus themselves when they're done with them. So we've got lots of Uncle Toms. We don't have black radical voices, which means we have to protect our black radical voices. So I don't know how you guys are feeling. Good morning, my Africa. I don't know if you've spoken on it, but do you remember around a year before the elections when parties got together and named EFF as the biggest enemy that needed to be eradicated? Nakho-ke. We're seeing it in real time, Miss Masombuka from Sarafina. We are seeing it in real time. This is a deliberate effort to kill the EFF. If Julius didn't matter and the EFF didn't matter, Donald Trump wouldn't be speaking about Julius. The most powerful man in this world, well perceived, because I don't think he's the most powerful man, but you guys do. So the most powerful man was gossiping about this Julius Malema, who's half his age. Julius is a threat to white establishment, guys. And if Julius is a threat, it means that he is a weapon for us. It means he actually is a gun. So if we are throwing out our own gun, yo, that's so deep. In Chivenda, we say Motuko wa haya ha fifi, meaning a homeboy can never be ugly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you can't turn on your own, guys. This is all very simple. You can't turn on your own to impress Abelu. I'm trying to move these comments. Uh, um, okay, guys, I need to go to the new comments. Lack of leadership has been our problem, and you're one of the few people who saw it first. In all honesty, I hope our problems do worsen even more from here onwards. You mean you hope they do worsen, or you hope they don't? I need to, when I speak to you guys think I'm an idiot, or you think I'm crazy, or whatever. But I also don't blame you because we live in a very patriarchal society where you don't see your female voices, you don't see your female leaders, you don't even acknowledge them. Even the run up to these elections coming up, there's no female contenders. And the irony is that this is going to be spicy, but I think I'm a better leader than Julius. And I think he's gotten away with it because he's got a penis and I don't. But just in terms of, yeah, I do definitely think I'm a better leader than your male leaders put together, to be honest. Because you've never seen me in a crooked place. And I had access, but you've never seen me in a crooked place, which means that I've had the integrity and principles to rather remain broke than to get into dodgy dealings. So yes, South Africa, we've also got a problem where you don't see your women leaders. So Nyalaega, essentially. And that's why you'll keep saying, oh, Nziki saw this. Because it's very possible that I've been called to lead, but you guys are blocking it because I don't have a penis. So Ms. Masimbuka saying, funny enough, the same reason we need to maintain EFF is the exact same reason we needed to maintain AN7, whether we like them or not. And EFF were very supportive of what happened to AN7. So that's why I said that I know that I'm a better leader than Julius, because Julius doesn't see, he's not woke, he's not conscious. So even the first time when they voted with DA, this was many years ago, how the term superior logic came in. He was responding to us on Twitter when we were saying, don't vote with DA, you're selling out. And then now, where are we? So, I mean, Ning Ning, they were with George Floyd. Like, they just don't have, they've never had a, they're not woke. They got rid of everybody who's conscious. Julius has got a lot of energy and power, but he doesn't have the intellectual, critical thinking. He's clever, yes, I agree, because even they keep saying that he was learning new ways of figuring out the system. He's organically clever, but he doesn't have the, I don't know if it's grooming or, but the vision. He doesn't have the vision. Like, I remember even during COVID, I was busy making missions and leading them and showing them how to do it. So I don't know if I think that they are woke. That's why it's sad that they've got a lack of leadership. I mean, them getting rid of Andy Lemutama and Kanyisile Litchfield Chabalala just shows the shallow level of thinking and operational level that they were on. So even the fact that they didn't realize that they needed those voices. I mean, even me being shut down and being blocked and gatekept from EFF, it showed a sense of stupidity. Like, so Now they were left with the people that could enable them to continue with their corruption. So I mean, I'm fucking pissed off because I really don't think we should be here. I think that was a stupid, stupid thing to do, and now we're having to defend bullshit. But the truth is that EFF is a machine, and if you just place the right leadership and lead that machine properly, we can still go to the promised land. Um, but if you killed Julius, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And also, because we know that they are operating on quite a low vibration, those are the kind of people that can lead to civil unrest. You know, you're dealing with. We used to say that we say that they're cult members. The cult members are going to behave like cult members. So I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. I'm so sorry for everything we're going through, and I'm so sorry that you can't see women because there's lot of women leaders that are ripe and ready to take leadership. But the problem is that it's you yourselves who gatekeep them. Um, with white orchestrated divide and rule system, we invest so much of our energy onto fighting our own. Is it our real enemies? Exactly. Exactly. And it is created. This divide and rule system is completely created. Guys, I have to go board. We're supposed to be live streaming from Hermanus. If everything goes well, then I'll see you guys later for the live stream. Um, Mpo says it's so saddening that South African women find Helen Zilla as they. Not me. Which South African women? No one finds Helen Zilla a leader. It's just that she's forced onto us, and like we said, the whole system is captured by the Jews. So what they want goes, and the Jews want Helen Zilla to be um, the mayor. It's not us. It's not us. Certainly not us. They are the ones that get to have whatever they want in this country. They Miss Namnyabuza Msambuti, which women want Helen Zilla? Nobody wants Helen Zilla. It's just like nobody voted for GNU. Everybody voted for MK, we know that, but now we're living in a GNU, which means that the real power is not with us, right? So we're going to get Helen Zilla whether we like it or not, but it's I can assure you nobody respects Helen Zilla. Here's the other problem. Victor saying the problems are black parties funded by white capital or drug money. That's exactly our problem. The problem is that the Africans don't have money and capital, guys. So I don't know how this is supposed to work because it's the whites that are hoarding the resources. So it means that if you want to be in politics, you have to work with the whites. And if there's so much corruption that has been unearthed by the Madlanga Commission, it means that the whites are also involved. It means the judiciary is involved. It means judges are involved. It means the owners of the economy are involved because they control what's happening in this country. So we're in a very deep place, guys. Let me wrap up now. Thank you for joining so much. But that needs to take it, guys, because if you're going to help Abelung to take down your own people, then the problem is much bigger than we thought. And you want it back. You just want it back. You want white supremacy yourselves. So, bengisho nje ukuthi hayi bafethu harihane hore Julius fucked up. Mara hali ipona hore you're standing with the enemy to cheer on one of your own going down. Ngicela nizikhuze bafethu. Ngicela nizikhuze. Asinawulunga. Kubi khona ngoku for abantu abamnyama. Kubi. We can't even afford electricity, but you're quiet. Now you want to take down the voice that's going to help you fight things like that. Because I need to be know, once we say, hey, I see the electricity, we're just going to say, Julius, say this thing out loud. And then Julius is going to say it out loud, hey, it's your matcha manch. And then it's your matcha. So now, if you guys are joining in, taking him down, the one who helps us go and march, Yo, Buffett. And his Tandishem. Mandla Ntapo saying, yeah, this divide and rule is real. Black people are so stupid. In the main, we always fight ourselves to put a point where we miss what really matters. Going out there and make our own money. Go out there and make our own money. Yep. Guys, don't, once you see yourself standing with the enemy against your own people, you need to take yourself. Rather keep quiet at times like that. Even when you see your family members fucking up, you just keep quiet. Then umkhuza eceleni uthi what the fuck have you put us in here now? You know what I'm saying? But le phambili kumele bacabanga ukuthi sishap. That's how family rolls. Sixabane, but the enemy must not know uba siyaxabana because uzawuthatha advantage of that. And that's exactly what's going on. Maningabona ama-YouTube channel abelungu bayajabula khona manje. Dimane ndinipostela and you think that it's because I'm not sure of sides. Ndinipostela because ndifuna nibone banenzani. Ndifuna nibone uba you're emboldening racism. Xa nisima nabelungu against your own, you're emboldening them. So ndizawumane ndiziposta ezi links endizifumana ku-YouTube where abelungu, hi guys, baku-celebration mode, yi-New Year, yi-Christmas for them. Ndizawumane ndiziposta. Ndizawumane nicinga uba fani uba ndime nabo kodwa andifuna nina nibone iindaba zenu. Ukuthi you have allowed for your own. Mpho says, but Africans are not fighting for their value, which is land. We've been dragged on fighting for economy, which we don't control. Guys, the land is the economy. The land is the economy. All these businesses are on land. All these extractions by the miners, it's land. That's why EFF is a threat. And that's why when the system is breaking down EFF and you guys are applauding, it means you want to remain landless. It means you're okay with the situation. Guys, I'm so disappointed. I'm just sad. I'm disappointed in Julius. I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in clever blacks. I'm disappointed in the white races. I'm just disappointed. Like, if we are going to take down our own, I don't know. But I just want you to be aware about the justice system. Vuga. Kamalam, thanks for joining.